Same day video, and I'm trying to get it complete for you guys. This is my decarbed. This is my alcohol, what has come of it so far. As you can see, I still have some draining, waiting on that. What I've also done is I have sugar ready. Those drops right there are for when I poured it earlier and let it spill into the sugar and then to go to waste. I have water boiling, and that's so I can decarb. Not decarb, sorry, actually make my tincture. And here, I have more ready to go, and I've got the butter, so I can see all that stuff on top. I want to skim that off top before I enter it into this. So, and don't mind that, that's my fertilizer. I keep my eggs and my pomegranate shells and my cucumber skin, use that for when I make my fertilizer for my houseplants. Anyway, that's another story. We'll get back to that. So butter melting, coconut oil room temperature already melted, and sugar so I can make also cannabis sugar. So I'm doing it all today. You're going to get a view of just about everything. Okay, so step 4, coconut oil. It's that simple. I have it. I decarbed it. You can actually see it's, oh my God, it smells amazing. And it's changed color. So that's done. I gotta get in there somehow, don't I? So I'm removing the seal, and so it doesn't spill, what I do is I put a hole in both sides of the container. There we go. And I'm filling that right up. So if this doesn't fill it up, I have another bottle. I will be pouring that in there, but I think it'll fill it up. Step 1. Coconut oil. Ready to go. Well, almost ready to go. Okay. Now we've got step 2 about to happen. First, I'm going to shake that up, get it all started. And while I'm waiting for step 2, I'm going to take out my crock pot and get that all ready for you. See how that goes. So, crock pot out, ready to go. Plug it in. And I've got water boiling already. But what I'm going to do is also add more water. I don't know how much I'm going to need until I actually submerge them in there. So right now I'm going to put the coconut oil in there, get it started, put some water in there. The butter, we're still waiting for that to completely melt. In the meantime, we get the crock pot going. Low. Now, while I'm waiting for my butter to melt, I can show you how I'm making my cannabis sugar. Here we are. Okay, so it's cannabis sugar time. Put that over there till we need it. Need it ready. I was trying to save 2 things at one time. Okay, once I've done this, I want you to see why I use the coffee strainer. I want you to see, well, let me do it this way. I'm no, what do you call it, videographer. See that? All the remnants in there? This is what we're getting rid of, and that's why I'm using the coffee strainer. You don't want it to look or have that in there. There we go. Nothing I use actually will go to waste. This coffee strainer is actually going to go in my pineapple tea. So I get the full effect that in my pineapple tea. It's going to be a happy day for me, y'all. Okay, so now we're seeing this is draining. What happens is, if you see this, ooh, okay, that's ready to go. Heard that pop? Lid loosened. See, what you can't see is when I pour this in, it spills. So rather than have it spill all over my counter, I just allow it to spill into the sugar. Okay? I don't want any to go to waste, so just let it spill right into the sugar. I have the water from the jar where it came from originally. I'm just gonna swish that around so nothing is wasted and pour that directly in my pineapple tea. Okay, 2 jars out of the way. Okay, so now we have tincture. There's my alcohol tincture. Look at the color of that. Isn't that beauty? Keep in mind, that was vodka. Vodka. Alright, so still waiting for the last little remnants to drain. And because I don't want to wait and I want to show you guys right away, I am going to take... Ooh. These things are going to come in handy. These came with my gummy trays. And I'm going to make them go to work now. Oh, in order to keep my... There we go. I'm going to just drop it in the sugar. After I'm done, what I've done, I should say, is I still have the oven going on 250. Not 250, my bad, 220. Because this sugar is going to need to dry out. And you're going to have to dry it out in the oven once it's all mixed. So I add the tincture to the sugar. Just get it all in there. You want that to soak in. I don't want to add too much, so that's why I'm not pouring it. I don't want to risk pouring all my tincture in there. And then I've got only sugar. There we go. Get it all in there. Alright, we might need more. But for now, I'm going to stop. Continue to let this drain and show you what I'm up to. Okay. So, I'm going to take the spoon now. And I want to get it all in there. Stir it in there. My green sugar. My cannabis sugar. Okay. There we go. Make room for more. Like I said, nothing goes to waste. Nothing shall go to waste. I'll have a little fun with this, see if I can do my initials. No, it didn't work. Woo! Okay. I think we're getting there. Air in, suck that in, pour it on the sugar. Is that a song now? Suck that in, pour it on the sugar. No, that just sounds rude. Okay, so we'll just make my can of sugar and try not to offend anybody. All that sugar's in there. and the spoon and everything. Mix that in. Even coat we want. A complete even coat. I probably shouldn't have used that to do it. Complete even coat. Look at that. Here we are. Okay. It's all covered. You can see the color of the sugar. It's completely covered. Soaking in the cannabis. Now we have cana sugar as well. So in one day, I will have made cana sugar, tincture, and tincture. Plus I'm going to have to cook later. There we go. You know there's going to be a little bit in there because I've got butter pre-made in the freezer. I freeze the butter, and as soon as I see I'm down to my last 2 bricks or a brick, that's when I start to make more. That way there's no risk at all of me wasting my ingredients. So I've got it all green, as you can see. Now I have cana sugar. All I gotta do is put this in the oven, so I'm not wasting. And I've got it on a paper foil because I don't want it to melt on the metal pan here. So that's why it's on the, what do you call this? Parchment paper. Non-stick. So I'm gonna spread it out evenly as I can. It's gonna stick together, I'm gonna warn you that. But you can always put it in your grinder. That's where my Ninja comes in handy again. Put it in there. And just stick that in the oven. Let it dry out slowly. You don't want it to burn. Keep an eye on it. Let it dry out. And you will have yourself sugar that you can use. Even a couple teaspoons of your tea, coffee, whatever. Or you can bake with it. So now that goes in the oven to dry out. What I do is I leave the oven open so it can't get too hot. This is my leftover with my pineapple tea. Remember those stems I was talking about earlier? My last video. See, I put them in there. I'm going to strain that, and I'm going to have that with my breakfast. This now is the butter. You see all that stuff on top? That was my reasoning for, or purpose for melting my butter before I added it. Some butter on the knife there still, and the butter's still melting. So, but you can see that. Alrighty. So we've got that going on, that going on. We have our tincture now in our crock pot. We've got it on low. I'm putting it to, I'm going to put it to high for now. I don't know why I can't see well, but that's nice and hot. I want you to be able to see this, so I'm going to try to do that so you can. Whoop. Remember, I'm not a professional here. I'm just doing what I can with my camera, and it doesn't seem to want to work. Okay, so I'm going to put it down here. Hopefully you can get a good enough view of what's going on. Okay, so now I have a pot of boiling water. What I'm going to do, because it's boiling, I'm going to add water to cool it down. I don't want to risk breaking the jar full with all of that. So I do that, and now I add it to the crock pot. Now what I do is I always keep some boiling or keep some on the stove. That way I can continuously add as I need, because your crock pot, it's going to evaporate eventually out of there. I can't put my lid on my crock pot because of the size of my mason jars. So this is the reason why I continuously add boiling water as it goes. Okay, I was able to use 2.5 pounds of butter, and I believe that's what it's going to take to fill my jar. We're about to find out. Okay. That strainer's busy. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to take you to see this. Please excuse the filming and the mess. I'm doing is I'm going to want you to see exactly what I'm doing. Okay. I'm taking as much of that foam as I can off the butter. I don't want that if I can get it out, all of it, or as much as I can get out of it. I don't want this in my tincture. You end up having to scrape it off in the end anyway. So what I'm doing is, I believe it's called ghee. Now I don't want to say for sure because I know ghee is butter, I believe, without this. But don't take my word on it. I'm guessing. Well, not guessing. I'm going from information I've been told. Okay, so there we go. So now I've scooped off as much, and you can see how much it was. It was quite a bit. And I am now, oh, well, I'm not going to risk it, so you're going to watch from here. There we go. Ooh, seal of freshness. Now, because again, I don't want to be spilling my butter needlessly, I'm going to put this bowl here as I pour, just in case. See, I'm wasting butter. Okay, so we're going to try again. Butter's expensive these days, and I don't want to be wasting it, so I'm going to pour it over here. And there we go. Oh, I don't have a full 2.5 pounds, so I'll be making a little jar. There we go. Okay. I was not expecting that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little one. I am going to find a way and add more decarb and make a little one. A little version of it with the butter remaining. I wasn't expecting there to be so much. Here we go. Okay, so butter remaining, and butter all over my counter. We're going to lid this. We are going to clean this. It smells like there's going to be popcorn coming. Oh my God, the smell of fresh butter. Real fresh butter. Almost wish I had popcorn to throw in there. Okay, so there we go. Fresh butter. There we go. Make sure that's clean. Before I put it in the jar. I mean, in the crock pot. So, there we go. Nice hot cloth. Butter's still hot. Don't have anything to worry about. Won't be worried about my glass breaking as I put it in the crock pot. Now that shall sit for... Up to you, but I like to do it overnight. So that will be 24 hours. So, in 24 hours, I'm going to come back and show you how it turned out. Enjoy your day, and oh, I want to show you how I didn't let this go to waste. See, that's the alcohol tincture. What I'm going to do here, you see that? I'll put it right in there. It's going to come off. It's water. I'm rinsing, basically rinsing a coffee filter in my tea. I know it sounds kind of gross, but it's not a coffee filter with nothing but alcohol tincture. So I've done that. And I'm going to have a good morning. As soon as I take that out, I know it looks disgusting, but you know where it came from. You know, it was alcohol, which is what they use to clean you with when they're about to give you an injection. So you know what's in there is good. Okay, so I'm going to go enjoy my pineapple too. You guys enjoy your day, and I'll let you know how everything turns out. See ya.